Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear. I've got a box to open. I've been opening a lot of boxes lately. Anyway, this is one I'm super stoked about because it's a Brian Brown knife. Brian Brown has become a buddy. I really like Brian and the knives that he builds. And having him on the podcast a while back was great. He's just an awesome dude. Really, really like Brian Brown. Anyway, this is the Chuck. It's his little fixed blade. And I missed the pre-order on it. I could have pre-ordered one. It's not like it went too fast for me to grab one, which is crazy based on the market that his knives have now, that he had a pre-order only a few months ago that didn't sell out immediately. But anyway, this is a little fixed blade. At the time, I just kind of passed on it, I think, because I was chasing other things. I wasn't positive I would want one, although I thought I probably would end up wanting one, and I did. These came out, and I felt left out that I didn't get one. So a few retailers did some drops, and I kept missing them. The only one that I was there like in time for was one of the JG10 ones, and I hate JG10 personally. It's just not for me. If you like it, cool. I don't like it one bit. I think it looks tacky. But the other variant is a micarta version, which is what's in here. And I really wanted a micarta one, so I figured maybe I'll have to pay on the secondary, get one from somebody who decided to let theirs go or whatever. And then in the Millie Club on Facebook, where I spend most of my Facebook time, one of the guys who's been in there for forever, Brian, really cool dude, different Brian, not Brian Brown, started his own retail website specifically for knives, and he posted about it, and he said, oh, by the way, I've got some of the Brian Brown Chucks available right now. And so I hopped right on. It's called the EDC Lab. I'll link to it down below because he's a cool dude. I've interacted with him quite a bit. He's always been nice, and it's cool to see a new retail option popping up like that. So anyway, this came from the EDC Lab, and I'm just stoked that I was able to get one. So shout out to them. Use the Hawk Deadlock. This thing, normally a double-edged OTF would not be like a prime unboxing knife, but this freaking edge that they put on at Hawk Knives is so supremely, fantastically good that it is awesome for things like unboxing. All right, let's bust into this box. There we go. Oh, dude. Rad. You even put a handwritten note in. That's sweet. Okay, paper, box. Great. We got everything. So, I've got my little, it's got my personal information on it, so I'm not going to hold it up, but like an invoice printed out on here from the EDC Lab, and then a handwritten note from Brian. Says, it's pretty awesome when you get to ship a knife to your knife spirit animal. Ha ha ha. Thanks so much for the support, Jake. Brian. Really cool. Yeah, Brian's a great dude. I've really liked interacting with him over time. So, got this envelope that he wrote the note on, and there's some stuff in here. So, we've got EDC216. That's Brian's Instagram. You can check him out there. It's a pretty rad sticker he's got made for that. And then we have the EDC Lab sticker. Look at that. Very cool. That's the kind of company logo. Got a Brian Brown sticker. This is different than any other Brian Brown sticker I've had so far, so that's cool. We've got a sticker of the Chuck itself. Pretty rad. This is the spec that I've got as well, so that's extra fun. And then we've got Certificate of Authenticity, Chuck Fixed Blade. Blade is black DLC, 1095 carbon steel. Scales are brown micarta. Thank you, Brian Brown. So, cool. Got a little ownership card there. The knife didn't come in a box. It's just in some bubble wrap. It shipped in a box, but not in like a Brian Brown box. So that's fine. These were, I think I paid $195 for this. Relatively inexpensive, considering it's a Brian Brown knife especially. He's a designer. He's got a lot of hype behind him right now. And this is pretty slick. This DLC is kind of shinier than I was expecting it to be. So, comes in this little sheath. We've got a soft loop, which I dig. I love that it comes set up for horizontal carry. That is exactly how I will carry this on the front of my body, just to the right of my belt, so I can draw it right-handed. And it's a sweet little profile. Now, I've never owned a ringed knife. I just haven't. I'm not a Karambit guy. I just haven't really even given them that much of a shot. I think the only ringed knife that I've reviewed has been that CRKT Provoke, the like Karambit Caswell design thing. They don't usually fit my hand all that well. I have smaller hands than a lot of dudes, I guess, and so Not that my hands are tiny. I wear medium gloves, but I fill them out real well. But anyway, it's just like, I feel like there's oftentimes more space than is comfortable in a ring. I just haven't given them much of a shot, but this felt like the right way to give ringed knives a shot, because it's basically a tiny little fixed blade Jaeger, and I adore the Jaeger. So without the ring, I'm actually getting a full 4 fingers on this. It kind of works in a cool way, but I can tuck into the ring, still getting 4 fingers on there. And then if I were to really use this the way I think rings are kind of supposed to, like in a reverse grip, that's actually fitting. Okay, that's not terrible. Yeah, look at that. I can do cool karambity stuff. Yeah, so interesting thing for me to be trying out ringed knives with this. But again, it seems like the right way to do it with a Brian Brown design, because I love his knives. And I know that I love this blade shape. I use the Jaeger constantly and adore that knife. This is real thin down behind the edge, just like the folding knife is. I think this has got to be a thicker stock, though. Look at that. It's kind of beefy, but it's like a chunky little guy. It's got really aggressive jimping. I can tell I'm probably not going to love that. That's a really, really aggressive jimping spot, but it's a fixed blade and it's got a ring on it. It's tactical. I don't know. I'll try to be open-minded about it. Yeah, interesting little bugger. This is cool. I like that it's horizontal carry. I like the sheath that it comes in. The only thing that's rattling is the loop that's on there. It's not the sheath on the knife or anything. It feels really secure. It's not coming out. Got a nice little ramp to push off of. This is cool. It's going to be interesting. So I'm going to try carrying it around a little bit, using it, and ultimately there will be a review. But stoked that I got one, especially in my Carta. And the day that I'm filming this is actually the day that more of these, or the pre-orders are dropping for the Jaeger. And so big day in that way. Maybe having this on me will be a good luck token to be able to get a Brittany blue one like I'm hoping. We'll see. But anyway, these are sweet. I will link down below to the EDC lab. Again, Brian's a super cool dude. I love that he's taking a step into the knife industry as a retailer. I think that's really cool. And I just dig it when there's, like, not that I dislike the big guys in knife retail. They have their place, and I think it's great. But I love supporting the little knife retail guys. There's just, like, especially when I know that they're enthusiasts, you know. And Brian, I've known for a long time in the community as an enthusiast. So the fact that he's now going to be selling knives is cool. I'm excited to see what inventory he houses and all that kind of stuff. So check out his site, again, in the link down below. And he didn't give me this for free. I paid full price for this. He's not asking me to do this. I just think he's a cool dude. So just figured I'd shout him out because I like him. All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. This is the Brian Brown Chuck, my Carta, fixed blade. Pretty cool. See you guys.